रेडियो अपना फ्रैंकफर्ट दिल से देता है. All right. Welcome everyone to another session with Apna Frankfurt. Today we have two very special guests with us from the field of international education in the Frankfurt region. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Miss Corina Rader. She is the school director at International School Frankfurt. Hi Corina, welcome to the interview.
Hello, thank you.
And we also have with us Mr. Dhairya Trivedi, a student at ISF, who will be sharing a student's perspective with us today. Welcome, Dhairya, to the interview today.
Hi, thank you very much.
Cool. So, welcome to both of you. And for our viewers and listeners, International School Frankfurt Rhine Main, or also known as ISF, it is located in the Sinlingen area of Frankfurt. ISF is a well known name in the field of international school in and around Frankfurt. With this, my first question to you, Corina. Well, we spoke last year as well, and it was a very nice talk as always. Now, for those who don't know about ISF, can you please share some more information about ISF for our viewers and listeners?
Absolutely. So I would say I'm a little biased, but I would say that it's the top educator here in the Frankfurt area. We've got a really strong curriculum. It's a college-focused, university preparatory-focused curriculum that we have here at the school. We really look at getting the students into any university of their choice. And with that, we've got both student life activities, extracurricular activities, and of course, academics that fully prepare the students for whatever they choose to adventure off to after high school.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for that. And I mean, as I said, ISF is a well known name in the region, so that speaks for itself as well. Well, with this, I continue with my next question for you, Karina. I mean, due to COVID, we know that the last year was very challenging for all of us, and that includes schools as well. So, how did ISF cope with this pandemic situation?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, we have a really strong curriculum with the end goal of university as the high school goal. And with that, we've got a sequential curriculum all the way from backwards designing grade 12 down to 11 to 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to 6 to 5, all the way down to kindergarten, where it's sequentially based to get the students into each grade level fully fulfilling all the curriculum, content, and standard needs to be able to fully prepare them for the ongoing academic year. So from grade 1, after they complete a grade 1 year at our school, they've received all of the math concepts and standards, English, German, even PE and the extracurricular activities. They've received all the content and information that they need to be fully prepared to go on to grade 2. And then that goes on to grade 2 to grade 3 and so on and so forth. The way that SABIS has created their curriculum is so that it's very sequential and so that it, again, prepares the students for the upcoming academic year. And then the good thing about the curriculum is we also have quite a few frequent assessments. And these assessments are both formative and summative assessments. So the formative assessments we have, even during COVID, we had weekly assessments that were just there to inform the teacher, are the students understanding the concept that they're being taught in that week? So be that in math or be that in English or German, they would take an assessment at the end of the week, just a quick little check-in to make sure that they were understanding those concepts. And if they weren't, then they'd move on to the next concepts the following week. If they didn't understand, if the whole class didn't understand a concept, then it's a cue to the teacher, hey, I need to pause, slow down, go back and reteach that concept so that all the kids understand and we can fully feel confident in moving forward to the next week and the next set of concepts. And it also lets us know if there's any students that have little holes or gaps in their knowledge. I can talk as a mother because I've got 3 daughters here at the school, and math is not their strongest suit. This school is very good at teaching math. And because of these frequent little assessments that the students had, that my daughters had, the teachers could say, oh, you know what, Karina, we need to teach, I won't use her name, we need to teach your daughter a little bit more on multiplication. She's lagging behind. She needs to get the memorization of those concepts back. So then they would go back and she would take a study group, an SLO, which is Daria is the head prefect of. They would take an SLO period or two and use that time to really reteach the concepts that she wasn't getting in math so that she could then catch up to her class and feel confident moving forward so that by the end of the year, all the students are ready to move on to the next year. And even during COVID, we were able to catch those little gaps, catch the kids up as quickly as we could so that we felt confident they could graduate and move forward and be ready for this academic year.
Amazing, amazing to hear that. I mean, it's not just about giving the information to the kids, it's also ensuring that the kids are getting those concepts, and if required, and additional support is provided there as well. And I saw there actually nodding his head all the time, which actually also gives a confirmation that that is absolutely true. So, with that, I'll actually move to Dhere. So, coming to you, Dhere, now. Well, you're a student at ISF, and please tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Daria Trivedi, and I've been here in Germany since the past 13 years, but I come originally from India. And fun fact would be I have been at ISF since kindergarten, actually.
Oh, wow.
Um, and I was selected as the head prefect for the upcoming school year, which is coming up very, very soon now. And I'll also be going to the 11th grade. So I'll be studying in the 11th grade in the upcoming school year.
Oh, wow. All the best for that. Well, I heard a word in there. You said head prefect. I'm a little bit curious with that now. Can you explain what does that exactly mean?
Yes, of course. So before I explain my role as the head prefect, I'd like to introduce you to an organization we have at our school, which Ms. Radar also mentioned previously in this interview. It is known as the Student Life Organization. We short-term it to SLO, but that is the full form of it. And it is mainly, it consists of students taking the initiative. It consists of students being able to develop and improve their leadership skills, their communication skills, their teamwork skills, because the students work in a team very often in this organization, and also team ethical skills. So all these different skills where students can improve and develop on. And to make it a bit more simpler to understand, it consists of 9 different departments, which I like to think of as different pillars or different responsibilities of a student, such as academics, which is the academic responsibility of a student, social responsibility, wellness, which focuses on mental health, and activities, management, and so there's such 9 departments which are run by students. And to make it even more simpler to understand, in the past we've had at ISF we've had events such as Halloween celebrations, Diwali celebrations, Christmas parties. This were organized by the activities department and students running that department. Last year during the pandemic, we also had a virtual trivia night, which was organized by the academics department and by students running that department. So even if it was online, even if we were virtual, we could have a competitive and fun environment where students were quizzing each other. And this was again the academics department was doing this. Even we had last year we had wellness surveys which were during the pandemic. It was surveys created by students which were used to check up on each other and just showed that the students cared for each other, and they wanted to know how they were doing. So these are just a few examples of how the student life organization works here at ISF. And back to your question about what my role is as the head prefect. So my role as the head prefect of ISF is to work with these 9 different departments, which are each run by a department head, and to find ways to be innovative and improve and keep our students engaged. And it's to find ways to adapt to the changing circumstances, which we did very well last year, and which we want to continue to do. Another part of my role is also to communicate with Miss Radar directly, actually,
Wow.
because me and her, we can find ways to improve the school and improve SLO. And another role of mine would be also to just be an ambassador for SLO in meetings or international meetings, and always welcome students to be a part of this organization, because it allows the students to develop many skills that will help them after school. So this was a bit about SLO and what my role as head prefect is.
I have just one word for that. It's wow. You know, it's so empowering. It's so democratic. I wish I had something like that in my school years. But really nice to hear that. I mean, at such a young age, with these leadership skills, communication, team skill, it sounds like you are already being prepared to lead big organizations. So really, congratulations, Corina, to you with all that you are doing at ISF. Really impressive. But I mean,
Yeah,
continue. Yeah, please.
sorry to interrupt, but I would say the SLO is the most important part of this school. It's the heart of the school. We actually even moved our SLO room to the center of the school. So it's right at the heart of the school because our students, that's why we're here. That's why this school exists, is because we have our students and everything we do is for our students. And SLO is the student's voice, it's the student's choice, and it's creating our next generation of leaders. So
Absolutely.
I'm
No,
very proud of our SLO.
absolutely. And you should be. I mean, it's amazing. Now, with that, I mean, let me move on to my next question. I mean, Dharya, continuing with you. I mean, when you have explained your role as a head prefect for the coming year, I want to know what is it that you want to achieve in the coming 1 year then?
Yeah, so a lot of what I want to achieve for the coming year, it's an inspiration from what we had last year. Because schools everywhere, it was just a unique year for schools everywhere, and also for us at ISF as students or even as SLO, because we were transitioning from online and offline learning, and also SLO was transitioning. But what I thought we were very resilient. We wanted to keep our purpose. We wanted to stay focused. And this is what more of what I have set out for this upcoming school year. I want to find ways to adapt to the changing circumstances, but also to be innovative, find new ways with my teams to keep our students engaged, use the technology we have as well. So we can smoothly transition SLO into the virtual environment. And moreover, so every year we have a different SLO theme, the Student Life Organization theme. And this year it's about it's the year of pioneers. A pioneer is someone who thinks out of the box, who finds new and innovative ways to achieve what they set out to. And this is just what I want my team to do. I want to work with my team to find new, think out of the box, do more and more events, do more activities. And yeah, this is what I've set out to. Moreover, I also would like to have more younger students and encourage younger students to join our organization, because I believe they are our future in the school, and also future of our world, in my opinion. So having them join SLO at a very young age and encouraging them and advertising this at ISF, I think this would be a great approach.
Yeah. Now, I mean, listening to it, if this is not empowerment, if this is not preparing tomorrow's leaders, then what else would be? Amazing work there. I mean, with that, I come back to you, Karina, now. We heard the plans from Dharya, what he wants to achieve. What are your aims for the next school year?
Oh boy, there's a lot, but I think after the last year, year and a half of the pandemic, it's really taught us that it's not all about academics. Social, emotional wellness is so important. The survey that the SLO put out and shared with me really gave me a nice little snapshot of how important wellness is in our community. Also creating community, creating bonds between the students and the teachers and the families and the parents. I think it's so important. So we're really going to take a hard initiative on healthy habits. That's including healthy food, our current catering, which we use, Seduxo, is going to cooperate with us on creating more mindful eating, healthier choices, eating the rainbow, organic or bio choices at least once per one snack or vegetable or meal per day will be a bio or a locally organic grown vegetable or meal. We'll also have at least one plant-based day so that we'll have a meatless Monday or a Friday without fish or whatever that might be, but we'll really look at the sustainability also of those healthy eating choices. I want to incorporate more wellness activities for the SLO activities department and wellness department to join in the initiative with me. And we can offer maybe a little more meditation or yoga or
Oh,
Pilates in the afternoon, both for the teachers and the students. The teachers need it as well. I need it as well. I think we all need that mental download in the afternoons. And also just sustainability. I think that's something else that it's at the forefront of all of our minds right now after the latest release of the Code Red report. We really have to start thinking about the environment. So we've got solar panels that our roof is being prepared to have solar panels to help with the energy. We already have amazing technology. So we're going to try to enhance the use of technology to be more paperless. So really, really trying to reduce the consumption that we have when it comes to paper. And of course, recycling. We'll also have some gardens here on campus so the students can get their hands dirty and really see what it's like to grow a tomato and what a tomato tastes like. And so just coming back to simple things like healthy habits, I would say that's, if I were to sum it up in one or two words, it'd be healthy habits
oh,
and
great. So,
everything that surrounds that.
yeah. So, I mean, concentration on health, on mindfulness, on sustainability. I mean, it's really an exciting year ahead, I would say. So that also gives me an impression that ISF is not just about giving education, but it's really thinking or bringing that mindset into the students, that what is really required to actually be successful in your life. And these are
Yeah,
points that I have also heard a lot of corporates, they discuss all these points, and these being discussed at the school level. I mean, that shows how you are aligned with what exactly is needed to be done. So
yeah.
really, really great information there, Corina. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and I have to say, we already know we do academics well. We just received our IB scores back from the diploma program, and we scored the highest we have ever scored in the
Wow.
lifetime of ISF, even during a pandemic. So we already have the academics down pat, and so now it's let's create the whole child and make sure that we're not just giving them that strong academic foundation, but also the life skills to take with it.
Great. So, for our viewers and listeners, great academic results along with true life skills that prepare the leaders for tomorrow. Interested to know more? Well, get in contact with ISF very soon. Well, with that, I move to Dhere once again. I mean, now bringing in students' perspective. In what way has ISF provided you the tools and skills for succeeding after the school? What is your personal experience with this?
So as a student, ISF has given me many ways to uh, be successful after school. One way is as I mentioned before, the student life organization. It just acts as a platform for us to develop different types of skills, which like teamwork skills, a big one. We know we will need that after school, in university, or even after university. Another aspect would be actually the rigorous curriculum we have. Even though it can get overwhelming sometimes, I'll be honest, but we find ways to deal with the pressure, and we find ways to adapt to the pressure. And this internally helps us a lot, because then when we have pressure and when we have this curriculum, it helps us be motivated, and this will definitely also come up in university and after university. So that's another aspect which I think ISF has helped us with a lot. And then another aspect would be what Ms. Radar had mentioned just earlier, which was the healthy approach. Just thinking about this and discussing this in class, in organizations, and in the school, it just helps us build a mindset on it. And this is something that I really find wonderful about our school, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah. A casual question to you. What is your
Mhm.
favorite thing about ISF as a student?
Um, it's actually the cultural diversity we have at our school. I think so. I've been in a class with students from all around the world, which I find is amazing because it just helps. It's just so fun to communicate. As a student, when you're in a school with so many different cultures, with so many different traditions, we learn to embrace it, and it's a wonderful environment to be in. And this is actually my favorite thing because whenever I go into ISF, every day I walk into the school, I see these different flags we have in our hallways, and this is just something I find it's amazing, and it's wonderful to be in this culturally diverse environment.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Dhare. Coming back to you, Karina. Now that all was very exciting to listen to. Yeah. And I'm sure that in case of our viewers and listeners, a lot are excited to know more about ISF. So, question to you: how can people know more about ISF?
Well, they can go to our website. They can look up International School, Frankfurt, Rhine, Main, and that's probably the best place to go. If they want to apply or call for a visit, we're actually doing on-campus visits. So as long as you've got a proof of negative COVID test, you can come on campus and schedule a visit. You could find all of that information under the website.
Great. So I have also some information here to share. The website is isf.sabis.net. Everybody can get a lot of information there. You can follow to get more information also on Facebook. There is a page called ISF International School Frankfurt Rhine Main. So do follow on Facebook and get the latest updates from the school directly. You can also email to school at isf@sabis.net, or you can also call them at 069-9543-19710. That's the phone number. So with that, get in touch with the school and get more information on the various aspects that you have. Okay, so now that was a great talk, I would say. Yeah. Excellent academic skills, leadership skills, communication skills, team skills, as well as the aspect of cultural diversity. I think a perfect recipe to prepare leaders for tomorrow. If people want to know more, they know how they can get in touch with ISF on that. Again, I would like to thank you, Corina, for your time. Also, Dharya, for your time. It was an amazing talk here. Really got to know a lot about ISF. Thank you very much. And we stay in touch. Thank you very much for your time. Radio अपना Frankfurt